I back I belete one nine workable nine no boda. Bonani Mudilanya Nanchi Pube, Nesio Kayamon Yamanoya Jibuzo, Nesio Quagane Domo Biafra Nagani. He said, Organize IPOB Nagani. He said, I bear no Layana Batani. Robi Ocha no be the Rena Batani. I am not an Orga, money is no Layanama. He said, I can ask in your line to be America and you get material. He said, behind the book when they will no one to me into us. He said, one woman will one more. Behind him, he said, I am not saying that Biafra got better than now. He said, Anige Ruru or Momo. Anige Ruru, I can Banime Biafra. He said, I am not saying, no, Lapotra and the Senate Biafra, I don't know. I never see everybody go break, get people like Yakusen God. I said, you could get my organ dog. He said, always you could get in a ganjama. Always one on a gajinaga. Ufobi. I never see. Oh no, I'm going to do this. You said, need no always you could wonder. I am not smoking a in a number. He said, I got rich in each other. Wow. He said, I don't go cabiam. Onyanyen do nyanya bisi nyanyen ngozi nke nyanyen honanya ekpe ni me kanyi na ekpe owo ka onye bi n'ime eligwe ka o wee n'olu anyị wee gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka wee zọpụta anyị na akpani nke na-akpa anyị nke bụ Biafra anyị na-asị n'ikpete maazụ anyị ga-enye aha nzi otutu na nsọpụrụ na eji ama site n'ebighị ebi ma bụ n'ebighị ebi.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much and remain blessed wherever you are joining me from. Africa, Asia, Europe, America, Australia or Canada. Wherever you are connecting from, I thank you very much for your contributions each time you watch my video. Please share this video to your friends and families. Share the video to every platform. Share it so that it will get to people who need to hear from us. Share it as much as you can. And also go to the comment section. Make your comments. Put down your own contribution. I learn a lot from the comment section. I don't know everything. I learn from you and you learn from me. We put our heads together to find solution to the problem that is trying to overwhelm all of us. That is why we are here. Most importantly, if you are not joining the prayer that our student Mazi Kanu is praying, please kindly join. That prayer is so strong. It's doing a lot of miracle. It's revealing a lot of things to us. It is the reason why we are strong today. That is why we urge you to join the prayer. We are in the last phase of the prayer, but it is not yet late. If you have not joined, join. That is the only way you can be able to run away from the temptations that are coming. Today, we are here again talking about the situation of the people in the country of Kanu, more especially the Biafrans. You have seen what is happening. Trouble everywhere, temptations everywhere, hindrances everywhere. But we cannot be distracted. Don't be distracted. Do not be distracted. We know whom we are following. The person whom we are following, his footsteps, is our student Nnamdi Kanu, and he is a man that is very truthful and consistent. If you want to know what Mazi Kanu can do, whenever you see consistency in somebody's word and truthfulness, that is where you see our student Mazi Kanu. That is the foundation he has laid. Any other foundation that is built on lie and confusion and deceit, it is not for Mazi Kanu. That is why I stand with him 101%, and I will do everything possible in my power to speak about the freedom of Mazi Kanu. I will continue to speak about the freedom of Mazi Kanu. It doesn't matter what anybody say. It doesn't matter what anybody do. It doesn't matter the strategy you bring. I am doing my own part by speaking the truth and saying it the way it is. And anybody who is contributing his or her own quota to see that our student Mazi Kanu is being freed, do that. That is the spirit of Biafra. That is the spirit of Biafra. Go out extra miles to make sure that you do something to make sure that that person that is speaking for you, the person who has given everything for you, will be freed. As Mazi Kanu is in captivity, I must tell you, Biafra is in DSS. Biafra is in captivity. If you want to free me and free yourself, we must have to speak up about the freedom of our student Mazi Kanu and do everything possible. That is why anything that has to make our student Mazi Kanu come out and come back to us and continue to struggle, take us into Biafra, we will do that. That is why I support the sit at home from the day one. 100% I support the sit at home, and I continue to support sit at home. Anything that is going to make our student Mazi Nnamdi come out, I support it. You can see what we have been shouting about before. Sit at home, sit at home. When we try to support those who are doing it at home in Nigeria, those who are participating fully, willingly on their own, we encourage them and support them. That is why we say nobody should discourage them. That very thing that we have been talking about and speaking about, finally, everybody is now arriving at it. Now, Biafrans are speaking, saying that there will be 1 month sit at home if our Mazi Nnamdi do not appear to court. But, well, you have seen it. For me, anything that can support the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi, I support it. But why wouldn't we have done this earlier on? Why are we not proactive? This is the strategy of Mazi Nnamdi. Mazi Nnamdi is always proactive. Mazi Nnamdi do not wait something to get spoiled before he will take action. Mazi Nnamdi is always proactive. That was why he formed the ESN. After Mazi Nnamdi talked to the governors, he told the governors what is coming. He told everyone what is coming. Go and form a security. They refused to form it. Mazi Nnamdi did not fold his hand and wait until the Fulani come for attack before he will form his own defense. Mazi Nnamdi was proactive. That was why Mazi Nnamdi formed the ESN to protect the whole southeastern region for what is coming. And today, the only defense the southeastern region has is that very ESN. It is because of ESN that the Janjaweed are shaking. It is because of the ESN that the Fulanization and Islamization of Nigeria have stopped. That is what somebody who is following Mazi Nnamdi should do. Be proactive. We don't have to wait. We don't have to wait until they refuse to bring him to court before we act. Since we have started acting by putting the sit at home every Monday, why should anybody think of stopping it? Why should anybody think of stopping it? Well, we got a rumor that it was Mazi Nnamdi that said we should stop it, which nobody is very sure about. One of the lawyers have said he wasn't the one that brought information. Who did? Sitting at home, that is only the tools we have. If you go out to protest, they will kill you. There is no other means we can be able to air our opinion except that sit at home. That was why from the day one we were crying and shouting that sit at home must continue. It must continue. And some people decided to take otherwise. Maybe because they feel that the information wasn't coming at right, or maybe for their own personal reason, for their own selfish interest, they decided to stand against the sit at home. Even the one that people are doing on their own to aid their opinion. Today, it is because of that very sit at home that people are doing on their own that have moved the hand of the governors and the so-called elites in the southeastern region, and they are running helter-skelter to make sure that something happens. You see the reason why we must be proactive. How I wish everybody supported that very Monday sit at home. How I wish everybody supported the Monday sit at home with their full energy. By now, we will not be talking about 1 month sit at home. We will not be talking about maybe bringing Mazi Nnamdi to court or not. The people who are supposed to be worried now about bringing Mazi Nnamdi should be the politicians. It should be those so-called elites. It should be those who are planning their election. By now, their bottom should have been on fire. Trying by all means to release Mazi Nnamdi, not even bringing him to court. But today, here are we. Because we were not proactive. Some people were not proactive. Some people were still waiting until they hear from the government before they will know what to do. Knowing fully where the people we are dealing with people who are lawless. People who are lawless, you have seen the way they are operating in that very country called Nigeria, that they don't obey law. Most of the time, when the DSS arrest people, they never bring them to court. More especially when the person has no case to answer. When you have no, why are they bringing you to court when you don't have any case to answer? The only strategy they use to delay people is by not bringing them to the court. Even when the court gives order, bring the people to court, they never bring the people to court. You see people who they killed in the house of Sunday Igboho, people who were arrested, innocent people, bringing them to court was a difficult thing for them. They were not able to bring them to court. Later on, our student Mazi Nnamdi. This is why we are supposed to be proactive. Do everything possible we can do to make sure that these people are on fire every day. This is why I supported the sit at home. And I support everybody that tightens it more. I wish we have tightened it, even increased more days. By now, we will not be talking about whether they will bring him to court or not. It is the politicians by themselves who will be going around to lobby to make sure that he's being brought to court and something is being done. But we stood back ignorantly. Somebody who was speaking up and supporting the state, instead of supporting that very person, he was being demonized. We were busy attacking each other, attacking somebody who was speaking out for the masses, speaking the mindset of our Mazi Nnamdi. Somebody who is doing what Mazi Nnamdi would have done if he's outside. Instead of supporting him, we are busy attacking him. I'm talking about Simon Ekpa. You and I know that I have been following Simon Ekpa even before he joined IPOB. Until our Mazi Nnamdi announced him on the Radio Biafra that we should follow him. I started following him before then. He has never deviated. We are talking about people applying strategies, bringing in some new ideas on how things should be done. People felt he was trying to take over. Take over from who? Hijack what? No man born of a woman can hijack IPOB. The indigenous people of Biafra. Biafra himself, how can you possibly do that? How? How are you going to start? Mazi Nnamdi have built a strong foundation, a very strong foundation that if you do not build upon what Mazi Nnamdi have built, you have already failed. You have failed. The last time I checked, the best form of defense still remains attack. The last time I checked, the best form of defense remains attack. We are not supposed to sit back and wait for the reaction of these people before we begin to act. The sit at home that was being announced the first time was supposed to be hot. Even by now, we were supposed to be thinking about additional days. And it was supposed to be the politician who will be worried. What happens to Nnamdi and Kanu? What will happen to them themselves? But it is true. Well, it is not late. I thank God that people are waking up. I hope they wake up completely and do it right. I hope they wake up completely and speak the right language. Because what we are seeing, the detention of Nnamdi and Kanu is illegal. You and I know that. And they have no single case against Nnamdi and Kanu. You and I know that also. So why are we relenting in our effort in fighting for him? When you know that if our Nnamdi and Kanu was the opposition, he will fight more than you have ever done for him. He has given everything. He has given his comfort, gave his own parents, gave his family, gave his children and wife, sacrificed himself, and today he's in DSS. And when you talk about his release, some people think it's as a joke. When we speak about the release of Nnamdi and Kanu, people are playing it down. How can a sensible person be playing down the release of the supreme leader of indigenous people of Biafra? It is only an enemy that will play such down. Today, you can see the tone have changed. I just hope they stand in their words. I just hope that every Biafran stands in his own words. For the Biafrans who are Nigeria, I can see them already. They are standing on ground on whatever they have said. But what about those who are directing them? If you are not consistent, how can people follow you when you are not consistent? The last time I checked, our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi has one key to his success in the race for Biafra. That success race he has, that key is that he has always been consistency. Go and watch his message from the very first day he started the struggle for Biafra. It is the same message that he's preaching. He has never deviated. He has never woken up one day and begin to follow the same rule with politicians or dance the same rule with the Janjaweeds. We know that the people in that very contractual corner are lawless people. They do not obey their laws. They do not obey their rules. And they have been lying from their teeth. Every now and again, they are lying. Just like we are talking about the issue of no election. You have seen them. They are preparing heavily about their election. These are people who told them they are going to set up a committee that will go and talk about Nnamdi and Kanu. Today, they are busy preparing, making campaign in Anambra State. A campaign that our Nnamdi Kanu said that it should not hold. Today, people are watching the campaign holding, and they are celebrating. And these so-called people who are celebrating campaigning, their brothers are in among us who are talking against who are fighting for freedom. Some of their brothers are among the people who are broadcasting on daily basis. These people who are campaigning. And Juba, his brothers are one of those who are joining us as if they are talking on our own behalf or speaking for the masses. Today, their brother is campaigning openly. They are not condemning him. They are not speaking about it. They are discouraging people who are talking about the no election. They are discouraging people who are deciding to sit at home. This is where we find ourselves. But eventually, Most of us, I thank God for many Biafrans. 99.9% of Biafrans know what is happening. They know the truth. And that truth is what is going to set us free. It is because of the truth that the Biafrans have embraced, that the spirit of Biafra have possessed every single man in Biafra land. Even a child. Everybody is speaking on the tone of Asuna Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Everybody is doing what Asuna Mazi Kanu would have done if he's outside. And may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to strengthen him. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter how long they hold him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have laid a strong foundation and his messages are flowing in our bloodstream. We have his messages in our bloodstream. They think they can keep him incommunicado. And when they keep him incommunicado, we cannot be able to hear from him. Those of us who are sincerely following the message of Asuna Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we hear from him every blessed day. Every blessed day he sends a message on what has to be done on the way to talk. And that is exactly what we're following, and we are following it squarely. I thank God for the Biafrans who are still standing strong, saying it the way it is. The issue of whether they will bring Asuna Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to court or not should have not been something we'll be discussing now. Knowing fully well the kind of country we are dealing with, the gender we are dealing with, lawless people. And for the fact that they do not have any case against Asuna Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you would have known from the beginning, day one, that the possibility of bringing him to court will be determined by us, by the pressure that we put on them. The pressure that we put on them. The trap they said that will come out and do open protests and they will kill as many people as they want to kill and blame it on us. Then, the Biafrans, as smart as they are, refused to make that open protest. We came back home. And eventually, the very strategy that Chukwu Okike Abiama gave to Asuna Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the furnace of prayer was activated, which is sit at home. And the sit at home begin to work wonders. Every single Biafran, even a child, embraced the sit at home. All of a sudden, wake up and have it was cancelled. From nowhere. The attack on the sit at home was first of all made on Twitter, not by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but someone else. How can all of a sudden Mazi Nnamdi Kanu begin to speak the voice of somebody who attacked the sit at home, even when the DOS announced it? And we are not asking questions. For Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that I know, he is never in the same page with the governors or the gender with the government. He is always opposite, and he is putting them on the hot seat at every minute of the day. And when we have discovered something that is putting them on hot seat, why would any sensible person call it off? Why? Why? But today, you have seen what we have been crying about. What we have been crying about. I just hope they can be consistent and continue to support those who are already sitting at home. That very Monday sit at home. Empower it. Enforce it as much as you can. Support people. Encourage them as much as you can. This is the time to act. Do not wait. Be proactive in everything you want to do. If you want to defeat the Janjaweed, be proactive. Do not. Asuna Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is always proactive. He doesn't wait for something to happen. Once he gets a signal, he will build his foundation and wait. But what do we have to wait? The only sit at home we have to rely on. Nobody was encouraging it. People were discouraging people who were sitting at home. And today, you hear the sit at home of 1 month. If you cannot be able to empower people for that of 1 day, 2 days, how can you be able to be talking about 1 month? How are you sure you're going to do it? The only thing you have to do, my own advice, support the already one that's at hand and tighten it more as much as you can. While we move on and see where it takes us to. The most important thing to us now is the freedom of Asuna Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because his freedom is the freedom of Biafra. As long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains in DSS, Biafra is in DSS. The day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be free, that is the day we all be free. And we'll smile again. Walk into Biafra with our head lifted high. Why would any sensible people be talking down on things that are working? Let us learn to do the right thing. Remove envy and jealousy. It doesn't matter. We are all fighting for one cause. Nobody is so special. Nobody, when it comes to the issue of Biafra, nobody is so special. Chukwu Okike Abiama gave us one single leader, our Asuna Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the foundation that he has laid is what we are following. If you step aside from that foundation, you are on your own. And how do we know those who are following the foundation? Those who are consistent, those who are truthful, those who are saying the thing the way it is without being cajoled. Those who are doing the right thing. they are the one following the footsteps of our Nnamdi. Then use your tongue and count your teeth and know who are those. Follow them. Follow them. If you have forgotten, I always urge you, go and listen to the previous message of Nnamdi Kanu. You can never be deceived.
That Fulani terrorists massacred us at Nimbo. They killed us at Ozowani. They came to my house with uniforms and killed over 28 people, as a result of which my parents died. These people will continue killing. All of you are witness to what happened in Obibo. We cannot allow such to happen again. And any governor who foolishly sides with the zoo to inflict death, pain, and suffering upon our people will be held personally responsible, himself and his family. Himself and his family. And all of you that participated or encouraged the slaughter of the innocent at Obibo, you all will be held accountable at the right time. You cannot go free, including Wike. You cannot go free. I assure you, I'm saying it so that the world can hear. So that the day you meet your nemesis, they will know that I announced it live on air. If they want us to go to ICC, we go to ICC. Any court in the world they want us to go to, we'll go there. But Wike cannot go free. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. And the same goes for any other idiotic governor that may want to kill our people. It will no longer happen. In the coming days and weeks, people are going to come out to protest. This very Eastern Security Network will provide much needed security for protesters across Biafra land. I repeat, they will provide security for peaceful protesters across Biafra land. Any idiot in uniform that wants to dare us, you're more than welcome to do so. But you will bear the brunt and the consequences will be very, very dire, I assure you. I assure you. Those of you that bore witness to what happened at Zakibiam, at OD, Emene, Obibo, Isiama Farugu, in Aba, in Atampo, must know that we cannot allow such senseless state-sponsored massacre of the innocent to continue. We can't allow it. We will never, ever allow it. Therefore, I am placing the United Nations on notice, the EU, British government, the US government, that wherever the Nigerian army goes in again to massacre innocent people, we are going to retaliate. We will retaliate. Obibo will be the last time any sitting governor anywhere will give the order for innocent people to be killed. Should that happen again, that governor will die. I am saying it, so you cut out this very clip and send it to the ICC, so they can have it there with them. And all these criminals, all these murderers, we shall meet them there. Should the need arise. You cannot go about killing innocent people and you expect them to do nothing. It is impossible. Absolutely impossible. It cannot happen. We have come to die for what we believe in. We have come that we may be free. The zoo called Nigeria was created by a white man, not an African. Named by a white woman, not a black African woman. It has no right to exist. And anybody that kills in the name of Nigeria will be held responsible by us. Because it seems that the ICC doesn't want to do anything. It seems that all the courts of the world are silent as innocent people, men, women, and children are being slaughtered on a daily basis in Nigeria. We can't allow that to continue. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. This very Eastern Security Network is not, and I repeat, is not the army of Biafra. When the time comes for us to raise the army of Biafra, we shall announce it to the whole world. It is merely a vigilante group, the same way you have Amotekun and Miyetti Allah's national vigilante in Nigeria. That is why we must all be very, very measured in how we approach the issues that confront us at this very critical time of our history. We must remain resolute and determined. All those in the pay of Janjaweed, they will come to try to discourage you from supporting this very wonderful initiative that none of your governors were able to do. As some of you will see in the video that will be posted or published after this very broadcast, you will see that we are united all the way from Kogi down to the Atlantic Ocean. We are one family and indivisible. We are not going to allow ourselves to become distracted by paid agents of the damnable Zoological Republic. Self-defense is a constitutional right. Self-determination is not a crime, but a right under the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and customary international law. Therefore, I make no apologies for pursuing Biafra relentlessly and determinedly. It can never stop. Those who underestimate our resolve do so at their own peril. As I've said before, we are not alive, we are dead already. When you see men, you will understand how determined we are. But there is one thing we have resolved to do. From today onwards, the death of every Biafran will be avenged. If you kill a Biafran, you will be killed. No matter who you are, we will keep pursuing you until you die. You have no peace and you have no rest. I'm saying it on video that the whole world may understand. In 1966, the world kept quiet as Biafrans were slaughtered in their numbers, 300,000 in the north. 67 to 70, over 3.5 million people were killed. Nobody stood trial for it. Rwanda lost less than 100,000 people. ICC and international courts were convened to try those who were responsible, or should I say, those who were culpable. The same thing in Liberia. But because you killed us between 66 and 1970 and nothing happened, and from 1945 to 1966 and nothing happened, that was the reason, or should I say, that is the reason why the Fulanis will keep coming to kill us on a daily basis. Right now, from this day onwards, if you kill us, we are going to kill you. The men are ready. They have come to defend Biafra land, not to separate from Nigeria, no. We are going to accomplish that via a referendum. But if you come to our villages now to rape our mothers or abduct our sisters, you will die in the process. Any governor found aiding any of these people or giving our land to Fulani Janjaweed will be in trouble with us. Let me make one thing abundantly clear to all of you listening. We have resolved to die for what we believe in. And our belief is simple, very, very simple, that we are going to defend the land of Biafra with all our might. Not in pursuit of secession, as the idiots would say, but in pursuit of the defense of our land so that our mothers can go to the farm without the risk of being raped and torn to pieces. Some of you saw what happened at Uli. How a very beautiful young Biafran lady went to the farm and never came back. She was not only raped, her body was mutilated, cut into pieces and strewn all across her farmland. None of you did anything. Anambra State governor did nothing. Instead, he went along to appoint the same people that committed such heinous crime against the land itself into his cabinet. These are the idiots we are having to contend with in the land of Biafra. And we are saying enough is enough. If you're part of this very conspiracy to emasculate the children of God, to destroy Biafra land, then you are grossly mistaken. I know that the Fulani Janjaweed are not highly educated, they are not polished, they are not discerning, they cannot reason very well. Let me make this very, very clear. The Eastern Security Network is what it is. An organized vigilante outfit, rather than restricting the activities of the defense of our land to maybe Enugu State or Delta State or even Bayelsa State, for instance. We have resolved to defend the entirety of Biafran territory. Allow me to repeat, because some of you are not educated enough to understand what we are saying. I am addressing this to the Fulani Janjaweed. Allow me to repeat. The Eastern Security Network is there to safeguard our land, to stop Fulani terrorists from Mali, from Gambia, from coming into our land to kill us. Our mothers must return to their farms, and our daughters must be able to move about very, very freely. The only way out of the mess people are in Nigeria is that people should stop talking and doing the work necessary to free everybody from this Fulani-inspired bondage. Today, people died, or should I say a lawmaker was killed in Yoruba land. This same day, today, in Benue State, 4 people were killed. Even in Katsina, young boys were abducted, and girls, as a matter of fact, from the dormitories. That is the level of insecurity in Nigeria, and people are dying on a daily basis. Are you going to sit down, just lament, talk about it, and nothing happens? Or are you going to join us to ensure that this reign of Fulani terrorism and insecurity is brought to an end? That is what we are for. That is why this very security outfit has been set up. And that is the work they are going to do. And nobody, and I repeat, nobody is going to stop us. Extrajudicial killings will no longer be tolerated. Any police commissioner, any commander of whatever army unit you are, you bring out your men to come and kill innocent people, you and your family will also die. Because that is the only language you idiots understand. When people keep quiet, you kill them. You have stifled peaceful protests. You have killed people. You have lied about it. And you think you will go on killing innocent people. It can no longer happen, not in Biafra land. Elsewhere you can try it, not in Biafra land. Although the ICC have belatedly decided to investigate atrocities by the Nigerian Army, police, and politicians, sadly, their intervention has come very, very late. Very, very late indeed. A lot of people have died, and a lot of families are angry and they are grieving. And they want vengeance. And I do not blame them. And I can never blame them, regardless of the enormity or gravity of action or actions they may take in order to avenge the death of their loved ones. Therefore, if you're a politician or a commander and you are involved in the killing of people, know that your life is no longer safe. I can assure you. Cut what I'm saying and send it to ICC, send it to the US government, send it to everybody. I want us to go to that court in ICC and we present the catalog of destruction and mayhem and of terrorism perpetrated by the Nigerian government itself. And we'll see who will be convicted. If you think that the likes of Wike can do your dirty job for you, then you are grossly mistaken.
To do. Pray along with him, you will know what to do. The Chukwu Okike will continue to guide and protect as soon as Kanu. The Chukwu Okike will continue to direct him right. The Chukwu Okike will continue to strengthen him, give him good health. Send the angels to guide and protect him very, very soon. Our Supreme Leader Mazi is going to join us. For those who think that it's not going to come out, sorry, you are going to be disappointed. In a twinkle of an eye, you would be disappointed. Our Supreme Leader is going to come out, and that voice, that earthquake voice that frightens everybody, you will hear it very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from, and remain blessed. Bye bye. See you again in the next video.